Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about executive orders, executive actions, and legislation. And we're going to talk about how they work and how they lead to something that really doesn't make sense. We do this because a whole bunch of y'all had the exact same question when we were talking about the Democratic lawmakers who wanted to do something about your grocery bill, wanted to do something about competition when it comes to grocery stores. Basically, they have legislation, but it kind of stalled, so now they're reaching out to Biden to do an executive order or some kind of executive action. And the question that came in over and over and over again was, why didn't they just start there? That would make sense, right? Like, it would make complete sense to do it that way. As soon as you come into office, you reach out to the president, you get the executive action going, and then you try to push your legislation through. That way, if it stalls, the executive action is there to help a little bit at least. That would make sense. But here are the problems with that. First, if you don't know, an executive order really doesn't mean much. Picture any place you have ever worked that has a regional manager. The regional manager says, do it this way. When that regional manager gets fired or moves to a different position, the new regional manager shows up. Do they always want it done the same way? No, they change things. Right when they take over, you get that list of things that's going to change within a few months. That's what executive orders are. They can be undone, in most cases, very easily by the next president. So keep that part in mind. But still, you would have a length of time while you were trying to get your legislation through. You'd have like 3.5 years. So why not do it? Because us, the American citizens, we're not logical. Therefore, they can't do the logical thing. If there is legislation pending, there is support for that legislation. When an executive order gets signed, well, that problem has been addressed and that support disappears. That's why. Because Americans view things the way they do when it comes to executive orders, and they view it as law when it's not, they feel like the problem's already been addressed. And it reduces support for the legislation and increases the likelihood that it stalls. It's really that simple. Because we as a population do not practice advanced citizenship, they can't use that route. Because they have to leave it unaddressed so the support remains. It's really that simple. The executive actions, those are last-ditch efforts to help because they couldn't get the support. So this is one of the reasons that Trump doesn't have a real legacy beyond the Supreme Court and a mismanaged pandemic. So his legacy is the Supreme Court. He doesn't have a legislative legacy, really, because he used executive order for most things. And all of that can easily be undone. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.